let's unbox the Meta Knight Amiibo. So we're doing a bit of a different video today. I'm moving away from the gameplay for a bit because I want to talk about the Air Riders Amiibo. And this is actually not just Meta Knight. We're also going to be unboxing Kirby and Waddle Dee. So the main reason I wanted to talk about these is because, like all the Switch 2 era Amiibo, they're not without their controversy. And these actually aren't the only like Air Riders merchandise in North America. There's also these little like keychains that I got on the Nintendo Rewards. It's a pretty simple, just a little Kirby. It's not even double-sided and has the Air Riders tag, but this counts as little merch. So, and yeah, I'm recording this the day of Meta Knight's launch, March 5th, and just yesterday we had 2 more Air Riders Amiibo announced, Sword Kirby and Dragoon, and Noir and Hydra, which look so sick. But I'm kind of surprised we're getting more Amiibo than the initial 5 that were announced. Yeah, talking a little bit more about Meta Knight specifically, this one actually has a price reduction. It was 45 USD, whereas the other ones were 50 USD, which is actually kind of crazy because Meta Knight himself looks significantly more detailed than the other 2. And the package is also bigger. So let me see if the camera can get this. Look at it's a pretty substantial difference. So yeah, not only is this 45, apparently the Deity and Tank Star Amiibo in Japan is going to be priced slightly higher than the usual Air Riders Amiibo, and the Legendary Machine Amiibo are going to be priced even higher than that. So almost all the Air Riders Amiibo seem to have different pricing, which is kind of interesting. Meta Knight was actually a little difficult to find. I went to a GameStop, they only had one and somebody pre-ordered it. I went to a Target and they said they didn't sell these in stores. And then I went to a Best Buy that had 3 of them, so I got one. And all those places still had Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee. Let's just go ahead and open this guy up. Now, if you don't know, pretty much all Switch 2 era Amiibo announcements are kind of met with controversy. And a large part of it is due to the pricing. So when the Switch 2 first came out, it came out with Street Fighter 6 Amiibo and some more Zelda Amiibo. And all those were priced at 40 USD. For reference, a AAA game is like 60 to 70 USD, so you're paying over half the price of a AAA game for a figure that doesn't really do much. And I've been around since Amiibo first came out with the Smash 4, and one thing I've noticed is that I think they're kind of redirecting Amiibo. They're moving away from this like Toys to Life kind of idea that's pretty much dead now, and more towards this is like a collectible for like a premium collectible for die-hard fans, which I kind of appreciate because, yeah, it means the figures get more expensive, but they also look way nicer and they're way bigger. Let's see, we pop this thing out, and this is actually my first time unboxing an Air Riders Amiibo. I was going to keep them all sealed and then unbox them once all 5 came out, but since they announced Noir and Sword Kirby, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start opening them as I go, because I'm a little too excited for that. Okay, looks like we got Shadow Star out. There we go. We got them both out. Okay, looking at this Meta Knight figure, it's pretty big. Oh, he's got like a bat symbol on his cape. I don't think the other ones have that. The Galaxia looks a little like silver instead of gold. Yeah, this is cool. And the base is just a little reader thing for the Amiibo, and it's kind of like a clear plastic outside of that. Yeah, it looks nice. And now Shadow Star. Shadow Star is one of the simpler machines. It doesn't have like mufflers or anything in the back. Oh, this is how the base for the Air Riders Amiibo looks. So let me try to. So yeah, this is how the base for the Air Riders Amiibo looks. It's got like a bit of a little sprinkly, clear plastic kind of thing, a little transparent. And yeah, let's put Meta Knight on this thing. Okay, it's a pretty firm magnet. You can't really shake it out. Wow, this is a large figure, and this looks so good. Look at the details on his mask and stuff. I really like pretty much all the Meta Knight Amiibo, especially the Smash 4 one. His mask is like worn in that one and looks really cool. Yeah, this figure definitely looks like it's in motion. Super nice. And Shadow Star kind of used to be the goat of the original Air Ride. I used to love this machine as a kid. You can really see the gradient on this too. Looks super nice. Looks a bit more black on camera, but it is definitely like a really deep purple. You can kind of see the purple on the underside. This figure was 45 USD. Scanning it into the Air Riders game, you get like a different cursor, and then you can train it like you can a Smash character. which I don't really care about that. I'm probably just going to scan it for the cursor and that's it. I really just wanted these to collect. Let's put that on the side. And let's talk about Kirby. I just realized the back of this package has like my full name on it because I picked this one up at a Best Buy on launch day. And they put like a little sticker with all your information on the back of the package. So yeah, let's take this out the same way as the Meta Knight Amiibo. Here we go. Oh, Kirby just came right out from this one. Okay, I guess that's why they have to put a... Yeah, we got the wrinkly nub. You can see it right there. So I'm probably going to try to put that in a little bit of hot water and see if we can round it out. Apparently this happens with a lot of Kirby figures because the plastic going around it, if it lasts long enough, it like deforms it, I guess. Yeah, the rest of the Kirby looks pretty good. It's a simple character. You can't really mess him up too much. But yeah, the nub thing is pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna hope we can fix that. Okay, the Warp Star did just pop right out of the plastic. Anyway, this one is a bit more detailed than the Shadow Star, I think. Not really a gradient. This is pretty much a solid yellow going all around. It's got the same base, that clear, sparkly kind of thing. I really like this base. I like the transparent stuff. And this one has like the little engines in the back. Looks pretty cool. Kirby's an interesting one because he faces backwards. He's looking back at you. I think he's the only one that does that. Yeah, this is pretty much like the key visual of Air Riders right here. And let's go ahead and swap him out with Meta Knights. All right, Meta Knight on the Warp Star. Yeah, this looks good. Just a nice fit. I mean, this Meta Knight pose is so dynamic with the cape and everything. I feel like he just look good on any machine. And now we got Kirby on the Shadow Star. Yep, he's facing behind. This is cute too. This is what like 3 or 4 year old me was doing in the original Air Ride. I was Kirby on the Shadow Star. Very cool. All right, let's get on to Bandana. Now, Bandana Dee. This is an interesting one because you wouldn't think this would be the character they choose for the second of the first 2 Amiibo. You'd think it'd be like Kirby and DDD or something. But no, they went with our boy. Let's crack this one open. And yeah, to talk about the price a little bit more, I think it is a shame that the price of these is so insanely high now. But at the same time, if you're making them like a premium product, you're upping the quality on them, which the quality on these is crazy. I remember getting the Smash 4 like Marth and stuff, and he just looks like a goblin. Like if the goal of these is just for diehard fans, I'm kind of okay with it, especially if it means we can get more niche ones like this. But yeah, if the goal of these are like meant more for niche fans, I kind of get it. And if it means we can get niche figures like this, then I'm all for it, honestly. Okay, Bandana Dee took a bit to get out. And this one, he's actually got little grooves on his bandana. That's pretty cute. Yeah, really nicely done. I like his pose too. I like that there's just Bandana Dee merch to begin with. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for this character since Superstar Ultra, so can't believe he actually has a figure, like a premium figure. For an Air Ride sequel, it's always going to blow my mind that this game exists. Okay, now the Wing Star, and yeah, this is probably my favorite of all the 6 figures. This looks really nice. The same base. This one has like the most interesting shape, I think, and the colors are really good too. You can see there's a bit of a gradient going from blue to white here, and a bit on the tip as well. It's pretty nice. And putting Bandana in. Yeah, this is cute. I really like the blue color pattern they got going on here. Now let's try it out with some other ones. So of all of these, I think Meta Knight with the Wing Star is probably the most reasonable one in actual gameplay. So here it looks. Yeah, this is so sick. So many shapes going around everywhere. These figures are really big. I wish I had an Amiibo to show you guys. Actually, let me see if I have one. Alright, I got Rob. This is my Smash Brawl main as a kid. And just to give you guys a sense of size here, way bigger, a lot wider. About the same height, I guess, but the Kirby characters are all blobs, so kind of makes sense. Now let's put Waddle Dee on the Warp Star. I am planning on getting all the Amiibo. I'm just kind of a huge Kirby fan, and I'm a huge Air Ride fan. And I figured I'd mix things up and do a little unboxing, because I don't want it to just be all about games on this channel. I want to do a little Kirby variety. I'm very sad about this little nub though. Let's see if we can fix that. So yeah, if I had to review all the figures so far, the Warp Star, I do like this. It's pretty lightweight. Honestly, it feels a good amount lighter than the other ones. I like the engines in the back. And you can see there's a little tick here so that you know which direction your Amiibo should go. I guess because Kirby is backwards, so they probably have to include that. Yeah, you can see it here. So there's no other way to insert the Kirby. I can't make him look forward. He has to look backwards. The Kirby is probably my least favorite figure just because this problem seems very common. I've seen it a bunch on Twitter when the game first came out. That's a pretty strong magnet, honestly. Next, Bandana Dee. I really like this one. Nice simple pose. He's just got his little spear out. He looks like he's sitting on the machine. This is a really cute one. Plus I just like his colors and his whole vibe. What a cute little guy. And then Meta Knight. It is truly mind-blowing that Meta Knight is the cheapest one. He's way more detailed than the other ones. Look at his glove. His glove is even like textured like cloth or whatever. And then it turns into like a harder metal here. This is so nice. And I know the M on his shoulder is like a normal part of Meta Knight's design now, but I don't know about the bat thing in the back of his cape. Or this. I don't think I've seen this either. And look at this. I have to give it some force to get the magnet out. Wing. Yeah, definitely my favorite machine. Probably until Tank Star comes out, because I think Tank Star is my favorite of all the machines getting made into Amiibo. And then Shadow, the paint job on Shadow is really nice. You can see I got like a little, you know when you buy like a plastic figure and it's got a little like glue stain? I'm sure I can probably wipe that off. But the gradient job on the Shadow Star is really nice. I like that the underside is a lighter color than the top. I wonder if it's like that in the game. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. So let me know your thoughts. Did you pick up any of these Amiibo? Are you planning on picking all of them up or just one? Is the price too much for you? Let me know, because I'm very curious what like the average Nintendo fan thinks about these. Obviously on the internet, you're just going to get a lot of rage about the pricing, but you're kind of going to get that about pretty much any expensive product these days. So I am curious what a typical fan thinks about these. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.